Hello everyone, Kryptonite here and welcome back to Hydroneer, where the sun is just rising. So we are here today to run through everything you need to know about pipes and how they work and the accessories to go with them. Now before we get straight into the video, I do recommend you stay into the end of the video because I've got a nice little secret tip that will save you and is absolutely perfect for you early game players. It will save you a lot of time and a lot of money, trust me. So we'll start here with all the components of the pipes. So you've got your iron forged pipes, which are a tier 1, and we have the Claudium pipes, which is tier 2. We have the pressure gauge and we have the valve to allow us to turn on and off the water. We have the water filters, we have the iron forge booster, and we have the Claudium booster. We also have over here a shard bar, which work with the pressure tank here. So I thought I'd make this video explain how all the pipes and everything work, because in the latest 2.0 update, all the pipes and how they work and things like that have all changed. The basics of the pipes obviously allowing to flow water, that hasn't changed, but the way pressures work and things like that, they have all changed. So first of all, we'll cover the filters. So before update 2.0, the filters would affect your pressure in your pipes, but since the update, these do not affect the pressures in the pipes. It's ideal to have these filters as it stops your machines breaking down so often. So it's a good thing that they've taken the effect on pressures it has. So we'll start with the iron forged intake pipe. As you can see here, it pumps water into a system at 100% pressure. And then over here with the Claudium one, which is tier 2, which is quite a bit more expensive than that, definitely sort of a mid to late game scenario. This increases your water pressure to 250%. Now just quickly we'll run through the boosters. So these boosters are only available at the Icehelm Forge. You have to purchase the blueprint for them and then have a certain amount of iron bar weight for the iron forge ones. So these booster hooks literally attach to your intake pipes here, your iron ones for your iron pipes and your Claudium ones for your Claudium pipes. You can mix and match, but it's not really recommended. I've got sort of some testing over here to show you exactly what I mean by that. But your iron forge one increases tank pressure by 20% and you can have a maximum of 4, as there's 4 slots. And your Claudium intake boosters increase pressure by 30%. So let's head over here where I've done a little test here just to show you how much the pressures increase by. So we've got this one here with no boosters, 1 booster, 2, 3 and 4. So we'll just turn all these valves on and we'll have a look at the pressures. Just before I show you these, we'll get rid of this annoying water dripping sound. If you didn't know, you can turn the audio just here for the water pipe sounds in the menu. They've added that nice little feature there, so that's ideal. Okay, so now we've turned that water dripping sound off, we can have a look at the pressures. So with no booster here, the intake pipe gives us 100% pressure, but with the pipes here, which each pipe decreases water pressure by 3% for iron forged, and then for the Claudium pipes is 2.5%. As you can see by the pressure gauge, it does say 94, but we have got a pipe here, so obviously that's counting for the 3% loss. And then with our 1 booster, we have 114, so as you can see that's gone up by 20%, and with 2 boosters on we've got 134, again 20%, and for 3 boosters 154, and 4 boosters 174. So with the iron forged pipes, 174 is basically the maximum pressure you will get out of your intake pipe with a full set of boosters. So now we're going to look at iron pipes but with Claudium boosters. Now if you remember me saying, it's best to stick for iron, Claudium, and this is pretty much why. So as you can see here, these 2 iron pipes are steaming or venting, and basically that's because it's relieving the pressure, because it's putting too much pressure through the iron pipes here. So let me show you what I mean here. So we've got 94, no boosters. So we come to this one here and we've got 124, which is sort of in between these 2. And then we've got 154 with 2 boosters. So with only 2 boosters instead of 3, we can get the same pressure. But this is where it gets a little interesting. So with 3 boosters, as you can see, we're getting 177. Once we get to the 5th pipe with the 4 boosters is where it gets really interesting. So we'll do this, and as you can see, 177. So the reason for this being is that these iron forged pipes, they have a cap and a max pressure of 180, which means that using the clouting ones, it's not really worth it because the iron pipes can't handle the pressure that these are boosting out, which is why you get this steam venting graphic here. Now let's move on to the clouting pipes. So same setup here. I have no boosters, 1, 2, a 3 and a full set of boosters. And let's see the pressure difference here. Let's flick all these on and let's see. So our first one, we've got 245 pressure, so already an absolute massive difference. We have 275, we have 305, 365, and we have another 365 here. Not really sure what's going on there, as got the 4 boosters and this one has only got 3 boosters. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I think this pipe here is a little bit bugged. That should be 335 as we're going up by 30% increments, but we'll just ignore that for now. Now I'm going to show you now clouting pipes but with forged iron boosters, because as we know, the forged iron pipes with the clouting boosters, it's too much for it to handle. So let's see what kind of difference it makes with the iron forged boosters. We'll just pop all these pipes on and we'll do a comparison with the clouting ones. So we've got a 245, which is exactly the same as that one there with no boosters. We've got 265, 285, 305 and 325. So as you can see, you can use them with the forged iron boosters to boost your pressure if obviously you can't afford the clouting boosters. That's absolutely perfectly fine. You won't get max pressure, but it is handy to know that you can use the iron forged boosters with the clouting pipes. That's always good to know. And now we're going to move over to our next test, which is basically just showing sort of a mix and match of different types of pipes and how they work. So here we've got an iron forged intake with the boosters with clouting pipes, and that just puts out a maximum of 175. So even if you put clouting pipes onto an iron intake, it makes no difference to the pressure at all. That's because all the pressure is based on the intake. And same over here for the clouting and the iron. We'll only get a maximum of 177 because that's all these iron pipes can handle. So the pressure that this is putting out is far too much. Okay, so now we're going to move on to pressure tanks and how they work. So the basis of these is when you input a shard or a shard bar into these are designed to mimic the pressure that your intake pipe is providing, which is great for extending your builds. Or the way I like to use these is you can build your pipes however long you want, and I'll explain more with this right here. Perfect example. So you can build your pipes however long you want, and then you can stick one of these in and you can then extend even more. Or the way I like to use them is to put them as the last pipe in your build before you hit your machine, because that way it will utilize the machine to its fullest potential. Because what it will do, it will reset the pressure and mimic what comes out of your intake pipe straight into your machine, which means that you can have the water source over here and all the way the other side of there. I can have my machine and I can still get the same amount of pressure no matter how many pipes I have. And this is why I'm going to show this example here. So let's start with the iron one. So as you can see, we've got a fair few pipes in here. So we have an intake pipe at 100% with the 4 boosters at 20%, so 20, 40, 60, 80. So that will be 180 out. But obviously we're losing a lot of pressure through these pipes here, and we're down to 150. But once we put a shard into here, or a shard bar into here, and close it, we can see they will reset to 177, which is its max pressure. And I will demonstrate this here as well for the clouting pipes. So as you can see, we've got a 345, and we know the max pressure from over there is 365. So we'll just pop a shard into this one here. If it allows us to put it in, there we go. And as you can see, we have 368 pressure. So it completely mimics what we're putting out there, no matter how many pipes you have. So now let's head on to this example right here. So with this test here, I was going to explain to you and show you and back up the claims that it doesn't matter how many pipes you have, this will always mimic what comes out there. So as you can see, I have a vast array of pipes, like absolutely loads of pipes. You don't I don't really want to count how many there are, and trust me, you don't want to know how long it took me to build this, but I'm doing it for testing purposes, so I honestly do not mind. So let's see. Let's turn on this pipe, and when we check our pressure gauge here, we are down to 0% pressure because we have expended all of the pressure through all of these pipes here at 2.5% each, and we have got nothing. And we've also got nothing out of this one here. Now this is what I mean by I highly recommend putting these in before your machine. So imagine this is here is your drill or your harvester, or even better, put these right before conveyor belt system. It will boost the speed absolutely massively, and it's perfectly ideal. So we'll pop our shard in, and as you will see, as soon as we close this will change to maximum pressure, and we'll still have no pressure here. So pop this in here, and as you can see, we have got no pressure at this pipe whatsoever, but because we still have a water feed, when we get back to here, we have got full pressure of 368. This also works in exactly the same way with the iron forge. Obviously you'll only get 177 pressure, but it'll be maxing the pressure the same as that. Now for the final bonus tip, hopefully you fulfilled my request at the beginning of the video and you've stayed all the way to the end. If you have, make sure you drop a comment down below to let other people know that this is definitely worth waiting on for. So, you know, we spoke about earlier how you can't really use iron pipes with Cloutium intake pipes because they are limited to 180 pressure. And as we know, the Cloutium with the boosters, it gives out a massive 368 pressure. Well, I'm going to show you a little trick which is going to save you so much money in buying Cloutium pipes right here. So all you really need is one Cloutium intake pipe. You don't necessarily have the boosters, obviously this just boosts it a little bit more, but if you're sort of like early game and want to slowly upgrade, or you know, want to upgrade your machines more than your pipes first, then this is perfect, because you can only use the tier 2 machines with the Cloutium pipes, as the iron pipes don't give enough pressure. So all you need again is a Cloutium intake pipe. You can have all the iron pipes you want, and then you want a Cloutium pressure tank. And what you want to do is you just want to attach your Cloutium pressure tank here at the end of your iron pipes, and then you can either put a tier 2 here, or you can put, I'm just going to demonstrate with a Cloutium pipe here. We'll put up the pressure gauge on, just there like that. So as you can see, we should only be getting 177 pressure out of it. I know we're down to 148 because we take away the degrading pressure because of the pipes there. But if we pop a shard in this one here with the Cloutium pressure tank, nice little trick for you guys, is we have now boosted the pressure to mimic the intake. So we're at 368, even with the iron pipes that can't handle the pressure. Now don't forget to drop a comment down below, let me know what you think of this nice little trick and whether you think it's going to be patched, whether it's a bug or whether it's intended. But I must say it's definitely a handy little trick to know about. So there we are, that's everything you need to know on pipes and pressures and the accessories. So make sure you drop a like on this video if you found it helpful, and make sure you drop a comment down below and let me know if there's anything you didn't know or if there's anything that I missed at all. Also make sure you hit that subscribe button for more Hydroneer content. I've got lots more guides and gameplay coming for you. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.